gotta let him go. Oh, I know it's hard, but you're better on your own. Oh, I know the scars got you feeling all alone. Oh, I know it's hard, but you gotta let him go. Oh, say it with me, everything is okay. Yeah,
Yo, it's Coach Ed. Got the insights, no boats. From the rookies in the youth leagues to the seasoned pros. Ladies ballin', fellas fighting all around the globe. Breaking it down dynamic. You know, tune in, listen up. Don't wanna miss the flow. It's Coach Ed Reed and Attack the Sports Show. From the courts to the field, he's got the stats. Dropping knowledge is where the real fans at. So stand up, get ready for the play. Wave your arms in the air, let's hear you say. Coach Ed, our mentor on the mic. Breaking down the game, every highlight. Analyzing plays, court the turf the like. Youth leagues, college dreams, pro spotlight. Tackling the flats, defense or attack. He's got the vision, shows you where it's at. We grab the scoop, no stone left unturned. In Coach Ed's realm, the knowledge earned.
What's going on, everyone? It's me, Coach Ed, coming back to you with another episode of Coach Ed Gladney's Reading Attack Sports Show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry about the lateness. Had some things I had to handle at the last minute, but I'm here bringing you another phenomenal episode. So again, thanks for being here and following along with me. If you can, give it a like here on the Hardcore Sports Network. I really do appreciate that. If you're new, subscribe and hit the notification. This way, you'll know when I post new content, and always sharing all your social media platforms. So really appreciate it. So I'm really going to dive into it. Make sure you guys leave me comments as we go along. But I'm going to start with one of my biggest loves, college football. College football is here. It's actually going to be starting up tomorrow. You have 4 games coming out tomorrow. And a big one early tomorrow, but it's going to be pretty exciting as we get into the college football world. I mean, now things have changed within the college football spectrum. Now they're going to expand the playoffs. This is going to be the first year where they're going to go to 12 teams making the playoffs. So, that's something that's really going to be special. Intriguing, exciting. Now, I know some people will say it kind of diminishes, the league conferences. I disagree. You get more teams in. Yes, you might have some teams, who are not fighting for a conference championship, but they're going to really gear themselves up for the playoffs. So, but before I get into that, what's up, Raph, man? Thanks for being here, man. I really appreciate you. One of the great content creators that's out there. Make sure you guys go ahead and tap into him, tap into his channel. So, but again, with college football, there's so much going to be going into this season. I mean, tomorrow, looking at the schedule, you actually have 4 games. You have an early game from Dublin, Ireland. You have number 10 Florida State in the rankings taking on Georgia Tech. So that's going to be a good one. Georgia Tech is definitely not one of the slouches in the ACC. They have greatly improved, and they're going to be a competitive team. You know what? If things go right, they could even come away with the win. Then you'll have Montana State from the FCS level going to New Mexico. That'll be at 4 o'clock. I'm sorry, the Florida State and the Georgia Tech game is 12 noon on ESPN. The Montana State at New Mexico is at 4 o'clock on FS1. You'll also have SMU, which is new to the ACC. I know it's a little intriguing, but they're new to the ACC. They'll be traveling to take on Nevada. That's an 8 o'clock kickoff on CBS Sports Network. And then late, around midnight, you'll have Delaware State, an FCS program, going all the way out to Hawaii. That's a great trip, no matter what. But they'll be taking on the Rainbows. I think it's the Rainbow Warriors with Hawaii. So, but some good games to kick off the season. You'll have some games later in the week on Thursday, including my Scarlet Knights. I'll touch base on those a little bit later in the show. But the fact of the matter is the kickoff is here. And this is what fans like me have been waiting for. You have the new configurations with teams, with the some teams leaving one conference for another. Sorry to see the Pac-12, what happened to it, but a lot of teams are making changes. You even have Army now in the American Athletic Conference, so that's something new. There's a few other teams that are new there. You also have California, Stanford joining SMU in the ACC. You have in the Big 12, you have Arizona State, Arizona, Colorado, and Utah joining the Big 12. So that's expanding that conference. I think they're up to 16 teams. The ACC, I believe, is at 17. And you have the Big 10 conference, which is bringing in USC, UCLA, Washington, and Oregon. So it's really giving the league a boost in terms of the types of teams that are coming in, as well as the level of competition. Some have even said Oregon is a team that could be competing for a national championship. So what's up, Chad, man? Thanks for being here, man. You know how we do, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, brother. What's up, Raph? So, but again, it's exciting. There's always going to be games on, for the most part to start the season. I think there's going to be even games on Thursdays. Let me just double check the schedule. And yeah, you're going to have some plenty of Thursday games this week coming up. After the 4 on Saturday, Thursday, you have a plethora of teams. Looks like a good amount. It looks like you probably have about close to, and this is going to be including many different levels of FCS. And this is on the ESPN website. So you're going to have teams that are on the, of course, Rutgers is taking on Howard. That's a 6:00 kickoff on Thursday. So Howard's from the from the FCS taking on Rutgers. We're trying to see if this is going to be a different year for Rutgers. You have Western Carolina going to NC State, and North Carolina A&T going to Wake Forest. And most of these games there are going to be on ESPN Plus. You have some games on ESPNU, SEC Network, and Fox. So, you have a good plethora. There's also, there's even more. Colorado's, North Dakota State is going to Colorado. That's going to be a tough game for Coach Prime. North Dakota State is no slouch. I do really think that they can compete at the FBS level. So that's going to be an 8 p.m. kickoff on ESPN. So I'll definitely be having my eye on that. I'm definitely hoping Colorado steps up. You have games on the CBS Sports Network and True TV. So there's a lot of games that's going to be on Thursday night, like I said. So, Rutgers, of course, near and dear to my heart. You'll have NC State, Wake Forest. You'll have Colorado, Minnesota, and North Carolina. That's going to be a good game. That's going to be an 8:00 kickoff on Fox. So, or North Carolina from the ACC, definitely a very competitive and a good team taking on Minnesota. Minnesota's in that, transitional mode. There were times where they were on the upswing last couple of years. I don't want to say they're in the toilet, but, they're on the downward spiral. So, but again, there's plenty of games if you love college football, man. So, definitely tune in to what's going on. What's up, Man Cave? Thanks for being here, man. I really appreciate you, man. Thanks again for being here. My brother, NYG, thanks for being here. Let me know, guys, if you guys want to jump on. I'll shoot you guys the link in the private chat. You can jump on and you can talk college football. I'm going to talk a little bit WNBA as well as NFL. Especially going to be talking about Big Blue and what Darius Slayton is talking about. So, but getting back to the college scene, Wells, what's up, man? I really appreciate that. The Big 12, there has been rumors because of their basketball prowess that they're going after them to try and bring them in, because also UConn, the Big 12 wants to be in that Eastern market. Because that also opens up recruiting for them. So, and then you'll have, in a sense, 3 conferences all in the Northeast region with the Big 10, the ACC, which are already here, and if the Big 12 can get Connecticut, number one, because of basketball, which would be that would be killer in basketball. But in terms of football, UConn they're not where they were headed a few years ago, but it opens up the door. And if you have some of those teams coming over here, and again, the way these conferences are expanding, that's the way it is. That's the business of college athletics. And I know most traditional people don't like that, and I understand. I really do understand. In terms of not not wanting to see. All right, Man Cave, I got it. I'm gonna send it to you right now. Not seeing they're seeing their traditional rivalries broken up. Seeing the league spectrums. I mean, the Big 12. I mean, I'm sorry, the Pac-12. I grew up on that, man. That league was in existence for 108 years. And to see it down to technically two teams, it's not a good thing. I sent it to you, Man Cave. So go ahead, jump on whenever you're ready. But again, with college football, the money that's there, it's changing. But football freaks like me, I'll just watch the games. I don't care too much about the business aspect of it. But seeing a Coastal Carolina going to Jacksonville State, on Thursday on CBS Sports Network, I just love that thought. I really do, man. I mean, that's football to me. Seeing all these teams, I get to see Southern Utah and Utah, 9:00 kickoff on ESPN Plus. But that's battle for Utah in a sense, bragging rights. Yes, Utah should win. They're 12th in the country. Southern Utah, I believe, Southern Utah is the FCS program, but a lot of these kids know each other, and they played against each other. So, and that's the beauty of college football, college athletics. All right, bro, I'm going to send it to you now. Let's send it in your private chat. So, but again, I just love it. I appreciate college football and everything that. Just going to the games, and watching the student section, those are things that you as a fan, you can appreciate. You see the youthful exuberance and everything that they're bringing to the table in terms of the players playing and the students and the fans themselves, the interaction there. So it's a beautiful thing. So. And I want to welcome to the show one of my brothers, Man Cave. What's up, bro? How you feeling today?
What's good, man? I'm feeling good, man. It's a Friday. It's a great time, man. The what's playing tonight, the WNBA game. I'll be definitely tuning in. I'll be on there too on the stream, so you know how it is, man.
Yeah, I can't wait for that game, Minnesota and Vegas, man. That's why I got that link, and I'm just gonna be tuned in. This is the second one of the back-to-back in a sense. So, but yeah, it's a good one. I mean, I even got it's preseason, but I got Jacksonville and Atlanta on. Jacksonville's up 7-0 right now. So, but again, it's preseason. So
I forgot about that. I'm about to turn it on right now myself, man.
Yeah, I just turn it on because it's football. So, but getting back to the college football spectrum, I mean, like I said, the games that are there that are kicking off tomorrow, 4 games, and it seems light, and in a sense it is, but it's the start of the season. Now, some people call this week 0, right, for tomorrow, and then Thursday will be week 1. ESPN is combining it, calling it all week 1, which, whatever. I don't care. It's still football to me. So, but that's Florida State, Georgia Tech, man. It's going to be it's going to be an exciting game. Florida State wants redemption from last year. So that's something that, and Georgia Tech is not, they're not a slouch team. People sit there and think that, Georgia Tech, or they go back to, what's his name? Paul Johnson, when he ran the option offense.
Going on all 4 downs and all that stuff. He's just running down your throat. It don't even.
Exactly. But now, new coaches and they brought some talent. And I believe they have a good quarterback who's, gonna who's gonna show some wear and tear. Well, I don't want to say wear and tear, but he's gonna show some a level of athleticism. Let me see if I can bring up here the
Yeah,
roster.
I know. Florida State got DJ Ugalele,
Hmm.
from
DJ back in the ACC. So I forgot who
former
it is.
Clemson quarterback, Oregon
Hmm.
State quarterback. Now, let me see who's Georgia Tech quarterback
Well,
is.
they got five of them on the roster that I'm looking at, and I think it's
Alpharetta, Georgia. Ben Guthrie, Haynes King Jr. might be
they
Haynes.
don't have the depth chart. That's what I was looking for and
I
hoping.
was looking for that too, but I'm gonna go with the junior. I'm gonna go with the junior Haynes King. Let me see. Man, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
They got
6.
six quarterbacks. I didn't see. Oh, Brody Rhodes, yeah, another junior. So, but again, they have the talent that's there. So, and it's not going to be the old, you can run all over Georgia Tech like you did in the past. So, and again, like I said, that game, I'm really excited. It's in Dublin, Ireland. So, the kids have been out there for a little bit, and it's going to be, a normal kickoff over here on the East Coast, but I believe they're 6 hours ahead, so that's the 6 o'clock kickoff. And again, it's international, So
That Florida State game is going to be 12 noon.
yeah, it's 12 noon, but
Oh,
in Ireland, it's going to be 6 p.m. over there. That's what I mean.
right.
Because they're in Ireland, England, there's 6. Europe, I think for most of it is 6 hours ahead of us. So, but like I said, I'm going to try and tap into as many games as I can. I know I'm streaming the Liberty game tomorrow night, so but I know the first two I'm probably going to tap in. I don't care. Montana State's still a good FCS program. New Mexico. I want to see one of the former offense coordinators for Rutgers was over there, and he's the. Is that the Aggies? No, that's the Lobos. No, that's not him. He's with New Mexico State. But yeah, still, I mean, I just love college football, man. I just love sitting and watching it. I wish I could see the late game in Delaware State and Hawaii.
That's always
Yeah.
a midnight game, but that's always a midnight game. Hawaii games are always midnight games, man. 1 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock. Their games.
Bro, I've done it before. I've sat up and watched it.
Bro, let me tell you something. With college football, you could watch TV from 12 o'clock all the way to 2 o'clock in the morning, bro.
Exactly.
Crazy.
And that's what I love. But I'm welcoming also to my show my other brother, the other half of the Heart of the City, my man NYG, also known as Unpopular Opinion Sportsman. Tell him what you angry about, son.
Man, shit. I'm mad about this Big 12 trying to get UConn up in there, man. Like, what's that about, bro? Let's talk about
basketball. They trying to get that
man, bro.
Listen, if they were to get that for basketball, that changes. Number one, that makes the Big 12 really deep, really deep. I mean, you can't even discard Arizona and Arizona State. They're tough. So and like I said, you have in the Big 12, you already have Houston already there. Who else was there? Kansas.
What's in Colorado's going there, right?
Yeah, Colorado is in the Big 12 right now. Let me hold on. Let me get the standings in the Big 12. I got football. Here we go. Arizona State, Arizona, BYU, Baylor. Baylor's a good team. Cincinnati, has been a little bit on the downswing, especially when whatchamacallit has been moved out. Colorado, Houston, Iowa State, Kansas State, Oklahoma State. They're all ranked. No, this is football. They're ranked. TCU, Texas Tech, Central Florida, Utah, and West Virginia. That alone, and if you could get UConn, for basketball alone, that just
you might have to get one more because that's 16 teams already. UConn be 17.
Well, the ACC is at 17 right now too.
Yeah.
What's up, Ghost? But the bottom line is, eventually, here's what I'm thinking. To be brutally honest, depending on what happens with Washington State and Oregon State, I could also see them going to the Big 12. And if they get UConn, they're going to try and go to 20 teams. Somebody has to be the first to 20 in my opinion. They really have to be. Yeah, bro, you can stream this to all the networks. There's never you don't ever have to add. It should be already on there too. Oh no, wait a minute. This is on
No,
Oh, I got
is
this on Heart of the City. That's right.
Hard
That's
of
where
the
it is.
Joint. That's why I asked you.
I haven't even touched that. So you.
Nah, you good. You good. I'm here to do that job, bro. Pause.
No.
I'm here to make sure we get the streams on the network because I see a lot of people's kind of confused with it. So I got y'all.
Yeah, just stream it. Just go ahead and do what you got to do. We'll like I said, we'll talk later on. You, me, and Mitch. Just to make sure we hash out things so there's no confusion. So because I understand. I mean, you look. I'm.
Oh yeah, because he's seen that at the top. That's why he's seen at the top. He's like, okay, all right.
Yeah, no, I get it. I understand, and look.
And it's
I don't
not
want
for
to.
me. It's for the network. I'm not streaming
Yeah,
to my
of
channel. I'm
course,
streaming it to the
of
network
course.
channel. So
I mean,
No,
we know.
I understand, and it was going to come, and that's fine, but it's cool, but we'll talk about that later and deal with it later. So, but getting back to like you said, UConn, football wise, that might that's the question, and also does UConn want to go into a conference? Do they want to leave the Big East? Look at where they're at. Look at what they've done. Would it be tougher for them in the Big 12? Maybe.
probably.
Because you're going to be facing some tougher competition on a more consistent basis. But you know what? I can't really slight the Big East per se. I mean, look at the teams that are there. And let me go to basketball. Let me just touch it real quick. Standings.
Yeah, it has to be basketball because they won't do it in football one.
Let me see. ACC.
Football, it ain't gonna matter.
Big East. Yeah, you got UConn, Marquette, Creighton, tough teams. Seton Hall, St. John's, Villanova. They're always going to be tough. Providence, Butler's decent team. Xavier's decent team. Georgetown, they're not who they used to be, and DePaul.
They only got 11 teams. Okay, they got 11
Yeah.
teams. They got stripped.
So, if you go to the ACC, the Big 12, yeah, it's going to be a tougher conference for them because you're going to have more competition on a consistent basis. So, but it also opens up recruiting for them too. I think they already have the national cachet. So, recruiting wise, they're going to always.
For basketball, yeah, they always gonna have it for basketball.
They're always going to have it, but in the same token, football wise, if you got into the Big 12, that opens Texas for them.
Right, a bigger, different conference, right? Especially,
Yeah,
all right.
So and that's the thing with now. The first thing, some people say, well, why don't they look at the ACC and the Big 10? First of all, the Big 10 is not going to look at them even with basketball because football is what drives their narrative with the Big 10. That I'm going to be honest. That basketball is a close second. But football is what drives the narrative over there, and look at the money that they're getting each school. Close to 70, whatever the rumor, 75, $80 million a year. Where in the big
wow.
Per
school.
Yeah. Per school, yes.
That's why Maryland.
Exactly. That's why I say what I say about certain schools and even though people want to try and discredit it and not make it seem like it's really that big of a deal, but the research programs that are in the Big 10, they're all aligned through research, and that's money also. The presidents of those universities recognize that, and that's research money that you're going to be getting, whether it's from private sectors, the federal government. So that's why they claim what they say. You have to be part of the AAU consortium, not AAU for basketball. I believe it's the American. What is it? The American Athletic. No, it's AAU. I forgot what it's called. But the point being is these are for research institutions. The only one who isn't anymore is Nebraska, but they were when they first got in there. So, they do look at that. That's why schools like North Carolina, Virginia, Duke, Miami intrigue them. Florida State is not a part of it, but they're working on trying to become a part of it. You know, I mean, but you have schools like Chicago of Illinois, which is prestigious in terms of academics. You know, I think James Madison is a part of that. So, you know, when you think of it, that's why they look at that, and that's why you know, Oregon, Washington, UCLA is tops in academics. Same thing with USC. You know, there's no denying. You go to those schools, you're getting an elite academic, and that brings in so much money. So that's why, like, we're getting back to UConn. I'm gonna be honest with you. UConn will be at the bottom of the barrel.
As far as the Big 12?
No, I'm saying the Big 10. I was saying Big 10. Everything I was talking about was referencing the Big 10. Big 12. Big 12. They will take them in a heartbeat. It's basketball. That the Big 12 is more of a basketball conference.
So what about UConn and the ACC?
It makes sense because you have Boston College, Syracuse right there. And it's a basketball conference. Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, if you can get them in there and they're willing to go there, I think they will go to the ACC first before the Big 12.
Man, that would be dope. I ain't gonna front.
But
Just from a competitive standpoint.
From that standpoint, but
and here's the issue.
They're about the money.
Here's the issue. If Florida State ends up leaving and Clemson themselves leaving, I'm serious. I really think North Carolina State and Duke are out. I know you don't want to hear that.
Well, the four North schools, man, NC State, North Carolina, Duke, and Wake Forest.
The door will be open if those schools are Clemson and Florida State get out, and then you're going to get those other schools. And I'm going to be honest with you, if for North Carolina, I know everyone says the SEC, but if the Big Ten comes knocking at their door, and they bring them in, you possibly can be looking at. You're going to be looking at over $100 million a year. Each school will be bringing in.
That's what it's
and
about.
Then you got the TV, and because they have the TV network. See, the Big Ten owns the Big Ten network. ESPN owns the SEC network and the ACC network, which is why for
that's
the
battle. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense now.
Exactly.
Now it like that. Okay, it makes sense now. It's TV money. They
exactly. That's why the Big Ten left, and they're going to ABC, and they're going to CBS, and they're going to NBC because that gives them more money.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's the thing. Like you hear me talk about it all the time. College athletics is a business, but that money that comes in also allows them to. Here's the thing people don't talk about. That allows them to have certain programs like rowing and programs like that. And we laugh at it, but
I know. I know, bro. I know.
Football is one that
budget. Yeah.
Yes. Right. And now what does that mean? You're able to give scholarship to those students. So and that's the whole thing. That's why football is king. And in terms of the business and me, I'll sit here and talk college sports all day long, man.
Man. It's your show, man.
No, but
it, bro.
I know.
Coach, I'm versatile. I can.
No, I know that. I know that.
I want to stay on topic with your show, so that's why I brought up.
No, you good. We're good. We're good. I mean, I was trying to look at Division III just for a second. I want to see where's the New Jersey Athletic Conference. Yeah, that's the conference I played at in college. The NJAC, New Jersey. So when do they start? And they don't have it listed. Okay, I have to wait. That's just me. I mean, like I said, I love all college levels of football. So, but getting back to the schedule and the games, Florida State and Georgia Tech.
Great game. It's going to be a great game.
That's going to be exactly. I think Montana State and New Mexico is going to be an intriguing game. Montana State is a tough team.
Are you a Georgia fan, Man Cave?
No, I'm a Duke fan, bro.
You also football too? Football too?
Yeah, Duke football. Duke
okay.
third thing.
Okay, so you should be rooting for Daniel Jones, actually.
Of course, yeah. You know,
I understand.
I remember. Hey, I remember when he got drafted. I was at sports ball with some people, and everybody was like, "What else?" I was like, "Bro, that dude got something. He's a dual quarterback, bro."
That's what people tell me about Drake May, but I ain't feeling Drake May. I'm sorry.
For some reason, he's up there doing wonders in New England. So, but it's not live, so we'll see. We'll see.
Coach.
So, no, I get it. I understand, bro.
Struggle.
I think they're going to struggle. They don't have the talent base up there, so.
And I feel bad for Drake. I really do. I hope they don't start him. I hope they let Brissett go.
No, I think he is starting. If I'm not, isn't he starting?
He's
they haven't announced
second
it
right now behind Brissett.
They haven't announced it.
Who did they just? Wait a minute. Who did they just? What? Oh, whatchamacallit with Bo Nix? That's who it was.
No,
Sorry.
Bo Nix is starting. Yeah.
Oh wow! Wait a minute. Kansas is also playing on Thursday. Man, like I said, I'm sitting here scrolling through all the games. I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's so many games. I know I'm doing. I know I have my show, but after that's done by 8:00, I'm just gonna be. I'm just gonna be feasting.
When does Clemson play?
I think Clemson plays. Wait a minute. Friday we have 2, 4, 6 games. Oh, Stanford is playing. Okay, Stanford TCU. Oh, I might check that out on Friday. And it's late. Clemson is playing Georgia Saturday at noon on ABC.
Damn, that's
somebody get that game. Whoa, that's a big game.
Look, man, you even have people are going to say, "What? How is that a big game?"
It is.
Penn State. No, I'm not saying Georgia Clemson. I'm saying Penn State going to West Virginia. See, that's all in that same circle, because West Virginia and Pittsburgh are backyard brawl. They've always, but Penn State is like right there in that sector. So, and if West Virginia, this is going to be a good test for West Virginia because Penn State is in the top 10. So, and speaking on you,
Penn State, West Virginia, and it's Clemson, Georgia.
Yeah, at 12 noon.
UConn. Is this coming up Saturday?
No, next Saturday.
No, next Saturday.
Next Saturday. Okay.
Tomorrow's games. Let me read those off again.
It's only 4 games tomorrow, but
4 games. Florida State, Georgia Tech at 12 noon on ESPN. Montana State from the FCS level going to New Mexico at 4:00 on FS1. SMU is going to Nevada, and that's on the CBS networks, CBS Sports Network at 8:00. And then Delaware State is going to Hawaii, and they're playing at midnight. So I wish I could see that.
I'm interested in the Georgia Tech game, but other than that,
yeah, no, most are going to be, and that game is actually kicking off in Dublin, Ireland. So it has that intrigue, And Thursday you have a high volume. I think there's probably about 25 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 games.
They trying to get. Yeah, they trying.
No, it's natural. It's always been. It's Thursday is always a college football at the beginning of the season.
Okay. I got you.
So, and then Friday you have 6 games, and then Saturday you have a lot of the rest of the games. Is there any Sunday games? I don't think there's any Sunday. Oh, who's Notre Dame? Oh, shoot. Notre Dame and Texas A&M on Saturday night, that the 31st.
Yo, it is a Sunday. It is a Sunday game. LSU versus USC.
Oh my gosh!
Sunday night game.
September 1st.
Yeah.
And a Monday game. Florida State at Boston College.
Yeah, they start. LSU Death Valley.
Yeah, we're gonna cover those games. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
we'll cover those games.
Get those.
But the Saturday, I'm probably going to have to do something late because I know I'll have the halftime show that Saturday. We're not doing it this Saturday, but let me see. Yeah, there's going to be things after 4:00. So, yeah, I can get something. I might even look at Liberty and Campbell. No, Campbell is not going to be good this year. But Liberty is projected to go undefeated. That's why I was saying that, and they might be a team from the group of 5 who might get into the
Liberty College,
Liberty University. Yes.
Oh shit!
They might be if they go undefeated. There's a possibility they can be one of the 12 teams that gets in.
Okay.
So that's why this playoff this new playoff is intriguing. I know
Yeah,
some
because you
people.
have those smaller schools and those smaller conferences that can go undefeated, and you have to honor that as a
So
playoff spot. I
Arku,
see what you're saying.
Duke, and UT. Okay, yeah, you know why? Obviously, yeah, yeah. So I mean, again, there's a lot of great games, and this is why I love college football. I just do. I mean, some people, oh well, like you have Howard going to Rutgers, they're only going for the money. Yeah, but a lot of these kids at these schools want to play against these teams to prove that what they have the ability. And let's be real, some of these kids are going to end up in the NFL and they're going to be competing. Now I'm not saying the whole team, like a Howard, but you're going to get one or two who's going to show their wear, they're going to show their worth. Just a quick update: Jacksonville's up 14-0 over the Falcons. If anybody wanted preseason action, so
Shit, I forgot it was a game today. Man, I'm
yeah,
late, bro. I just
yeah.
got off work, man. I'm like, what is going on?
Look, I'm
That's
late
why I
too.
appreciate this show, bro, because it's like you're actually filling me in on what's happening.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm late too. Had things I had to handle first because otherwise I would have started at 6. But again, with college football, Arku gave some teams, so it's a beautiful thing right now for sports. I'm sorry, it is. Some people may not like it, but okay,
So
it is.
I'm gonna ask you one question,
Yeah, go ahead, shoot.
and this is gonna be the last question I ask about college football.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think the Tar Heels, North Carolina, lines up in the ACC now that Drake May is not the quarterback anymore?
You have to see first of all after the first game, the first couple of games, they have talent. They always have talent.
He still got the running back, Hampton. Yeah.
So I mean, North Carolina. I mean, you can't sleep on the ACC. I mean, Clemson is ranked 14th. Florida State is ranked 10th. Miami is 19th. North Carolina State is 24th. So SMU, people are watching SMU because they were tough in the AAC. I think they won that conference. So, will they be able to step up, or will they end up being something similar to Houston, who's taking a step down because they're playing in the Big 12. But do I think the SMU can compete? Yes. Do I think they can be on par with like a Georgia Tech, maybe a Louisville? Possibly. And as far as North Carolina, do I think they're going to be right under, the ranked teams? Yes. I think they're right there with North Carolina State. North Carolina State, like I said, is 24. So North Carolina, and everyone is waiting to see what's up with, because with the quarterback, that's what drives the ships.
Yeah, it's kind of up in the air. I know they're talking about possibly 2 quarterbacks playing.
Let me see. Let me look at their roster.
The names.
I'll tell you, I'm pulling up their roster right now.
Forget me at this time. I'm sorry, but
no, don't worry about it.
I know they have a quarterback.
Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quarterbacks. You got Ben Bastek, Jacoby Criswell, Connor Harrell. I think that's who it might be.
Yeah,
Max Johnson.
It's Max Johnson and Connor Harrell. I think those are the ones.
Okay.
Right now.
Yeah, Max Johnson's a senior.
Jacoby Criswell.
And Harrell is a sophomore. The others are freshmen. Yeah, they're all freshmen, so I'm not going to really hone on them. Criswell's a senior. Johnson's a senior. And Harrell is a sophomore. Everyone else is a freshman. 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 5 freshman quarterbacks. Some of those are probably a walk-on. Yeah, Ben Bastek, 5'8", 175 pounds. He's a walk-on. He's a walk-on. I'm sorry.
He's playing quarterback for the Taurus.
Yeah, he's not playing in that. No.
I'm thinking I'm thinking it might be Max Johnson or Connor Harrell. Honestly,
Let me see if I can pick up statistics.
I don't know the
And
stats on these cats.
yeah, here I don't know. I got it. Connor Harrell.
Marion
He
Henry.
was
That's his name.
22 completions and 33 attempts, 270 yards, 66.7 completion percentage, long of 47, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He had 8 sacks, minus 54 yards, and his rating was 143.3. May was 149. So you see right
Okay.
there. Jefferson Bowles, I guess he's gone because he's not on the roster. So right now, it looks like it's Connor Harrell,
Yeah.
who has the opportunity, and if Criswell or Johnson,
Johnson.
do anything, Johnson has quarterback size, 6'5",
Yeah.
225 pounds. Harrell is 6'2", 210, so he's athletic, and Jacoby Criswell 6'1", 230, thick quarterback there. So
Pause.
so but yeah, like I said, they have some talent. They always get talent from that region.
Yeah, from the quarterback position, from the wide receiver position, and the running back position is Carolina. Don't go there
Hmm.
for your offensive lineman, Joe Shane. But outside of that,
So
yeah,
we'll
they
see.
develop talent.
We'll see. Like I said, I'm amped up, bro. I can't lie to you. I'm amped up. With college football. Just
Yeah,
part of me was like, I wish there was a game on right now. So,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm
I try to pay more attention. You know what I'm saying? Since you kind of got me into it, Coach. You know what I mean on Saturday. So
hmm
Saturday could be a busy day.
I'll be tapping
yeah.
into to some college.
Yeah, I can't wait for the
football
that
cats.
31st weekend because there's a lot of games that are going to be on that I'm going to be like, ooh, okay, okay. I definitely want to see
I want to see
uh,
how Alabama looks
Coach.
without Nick Saban. That's like
Yep.
my number one storyline. For
They got,
real,
they
like
got, coach, they got the coach from Oregon, right? No, not Oregon. I forget the
No,
Washington.
Washington.
Washington, yeah,
Yeah,
but they got some coach.
DeBauer, whatever his name.
The
Mm-hmm.
board, right?
DeBoer, yeah.
Yeah.
I also want a Thursday on the 29th. I want to see Coach Prime because he's taking on a tough North Dakota State. North Dakota
Yeah.
State is always tough at the FCS level. Don't forget, they were a championship caliber team until South Dakota has won the last 3 in a row, I believe. So, but
Mm-hmm.
still, North Dakota State, they're gritty. They always play tough football. And Coach Prime, how are these guys going to how was the rebuild? Did you improve the offensive line? So, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
And I'm
that's a
watching these
eight.
I'm watching these quarterbacks too,
Yep,
bro.
yep. And that's the
I'm
other thing,
watching Shador
Shador.
Sanders. I'm watching
So,
Carson Beck. I'm watching
I'm
what's my
like,
man's name from
He's my,
Texas?
he's my
Ears.
viewers.
yeah,
I'm
yours.
watching all these cats, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Cam Ward.
Texas,
Yeah.
Penn State,
Texas.
Allers from Penn State.
Allers, yep.
Let's see, Lehigh Army. Oh, Temple is at Oklahoma on Friday. Wow, wow.
Well, Owls.
Temple, Oklahoma.
Mm. Okay,
Nebraska.
Temple. At least you're not afraid of it. So let me see. Texas. Where's Texas?
Dylan Raiola, Nebraska on Friday.
Texas is taking on the 31st. They're taking on Colorado State. They're hosting 3:30 on ESPN. So, snap! Miami and Florida. Ooh,
Florida's unranked. I was like, oh,
yeah, but still, that to kick off the season, that's always tough.
yeah, it is.
Yeah. So again, like I said, I'm sitting here just scrolling. Just to give you an update, NYG, Ohio is going to Syracuse that Saturday, 3:30 kickoff. So, but again, it's a lot of games that I'm going to be like,
That's
definitely
Ohio
wants it.
though. That's not Ohio.
yeah,
State.
not Ohio State, Ohio,
Yeah.
the Bobcats. So Ohio University. So, and if you want to differentiate, just always say the Ohio State. Once you hear
Yeah.
that emphasis on the, you know who they're talking about. So,
Yeah.
Ohio State is playing too at 3:30, but they playing Akron, so that's a
Mhm.
tune-up. That's a tune-up.
they're gonna beat them up. They're gonna beat them up because Akron then comes to Rutgers the following week.
Man, I done been to Akron so many times. I used to do deliveries out there, man. Akron is chill, but you know what I'm saying? It's a town that it ain't like that, bro.
No, we get it. So, but I've dived enough into college football. I gotta, keep it going. But I appreciate you guys talking about it. So, and everyone in the chat. So, but got to keep it going, and I got to talk about the W, man.
Dog.
I can't just.
I know you was
I
watching.
just can't let it go. I mean, right now, in first place, the Liberty are playing some tough ass ball.
Yes,
That's
sir.
all I can say. Now, Dallas did give them a go yesterday.
Uh-huh.
After New York blew them out on Tuesday. I think it ended up being a 6-point
Point
win.
game. 8-point.
8-point game, yeah. 79-71, yeah. So, but you didn't have Sabrina Ionescu. You didn't have Brenija Laney. Yeah, it was. I think it's like a hand situation. Let me. Here's the thing. No, neck. It was a neck. Yeah. Okay. She's questionable because tomorrow they host the Sun. This is going to be a big game.
That's a big game.
Both of them are questionable. So when they're questionable, I'm like, okay, they're probably going to be there. So, but it's been her neck, and Brenija has her knee. She had surgery on her knee. That's going to be a big game in itself right there tomorrow. But
Connecticut is basically like Boston to the Liberty. They're like they're like Boston light. They don't have the cachet, I know, but
no, they're their competitors.
Rivals. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And Connecticut is number 2, right behind them at 20-7. New York is 25-4, but Connecticut is 4 games behind. The Lynx are 4.5. They're 20-8. Seattle is in 4th place at 18-10. They're 6.5 behind New York. Vegas is 17-10, and they're 7 games back. And then you have
actually got way better because they wasn't that good coming out before the All-Star break. Vegas.
The start of the season, they started out 6-6. Once they got Chelsea Gray back, that changed it for them. But they still haven't really hit their peak. That's the problem. So Aja is having an All-Star MVP season. But a lot of the other players they're not being consistent, and it really started with Chelsea Gray, her injury and her trying to work her way back. So, and that's why this playoff run is going to be interesting. I still think they're probably going to end up at 3rd or 3 or 4, but I also want to see what's happening with Seattle.
Finals this year?
Who, the Aces?
Vegas, because it's what now 2-3 years in a row.
Yeah, they've won it back to back already 2 years, and if they win this one, it's 3 years in a row. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to catch Houston. But here's the thing. It's tough right now at the top. I'm dead serious. I'm being serious. New York is, if they continue to play like this, it's going to be hard for teams to beat them. Right now, they have one
Liberty in the finals though.
Who?
The Aces.
Yeah, last year. That's last year. That's not this year. Last year they were playing at a higher level. This year they're not. It's like they've taken a step down in terms of
things changed.
Yeah, no, a lot of things have changed.
I'm just asking because I don't know. What do you?
No, I get you. Mm-hmm. New York. Also, New York last year was their first year playing together, so they've gotten comfortable. So. Now you're in your second year, so you're in the same starting 5 for the most part, and then add in Leonie Phoebus, who's been a godsend, man. That girl is 6'4". She plays on Germany. She's from Germany, but she can shoot the 3. She's an elite defender. She's quick. She's fast. She's long. So if she in comparison to the men's game, she's like a 6'7" wing at 6'4". So, Connecticut, they just, remember, they did a trade before the trade deadline, and they brought in Maureen Mabry from Chicago. And she's a gritty, tough 3-point, 3-and-D type of player. She's versatile, which is what Connecticut has needed to help open up their offense a little bit more. So the Lynx, number 1 defense in the league. They come at you defensively. And
play tonight.
Yeah, we're streaming that game.
Is,
Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah, and here's the thing: their best player is not, to me, is really not playing. That's Diamond Miller. You know, and I'm nothing against Nafreesa Collier, but Diamond Miller is coming off of the bench.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of that I might think is an injury situation.
Slowly work her back.
You know, Seattle, you know, they're getting comfortable with the new pieces. But here's the key. They just signed Gabby Williams, who over in the Olympics was doing her thing for France. So now they're bringing her in. This is why I'm saying for the Aces, it's tough. I'm not going to say they can't. Can they make it to the finals? Yes, they can. They are a championship caliber program, but it's going to be tough now. You know, you got 5 teams, you know, right there. Oh, I haven't gotten to the chat. Let me tap into the chat real quick. So, Tudo, thanks for being here, brother, man. I really appreciate you.
Tudo.
So, as always, yeah, you know, don't be a ninja. Hit that button, sub to the channel. You know, so you know, as always,
go back to his first comment real quick.
Oh, let me see.
Kudos.
That's what's too.
Bro, we are working on rugby, bro. Trust me, we are having these conversations. We're gonna get rugby on the network. Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
So, you know, Big Pat, you know, he's putting everyone out there. So, you know, thank you, Tudo, for that, man. Really appreciate you. But, you know, with those top 5, and you still, even though the Mercury, you know, are not being the Mercury of old, you know, Donna Taurasi, you know, you definitely see it. You know, even Brittany Griner, even for her size, you know, she wears down. That's why, you know, this team is, you know, it's a copper-led team. So, you know, and then right behind them, now Indiana is going to be tough to try and catch the Aces. They're 3 games behind the Aces, but, you know, they have the metal. They have the talent to do it, man. You know, don't even sleep on Sophie Cunningham, man. You know, her 3-point range is crazy. And she's a little on defense.
Kelsey Mitchell.
Yeah, no, I'm going to get to that for the Indiana Fever. The Fever right there. They're a game and a half behind. They're a game and a half behind Phoenix, man. They're a game and a half behind Phoenix. So, you know, yeah, you know, yesterday I was talking about, you know, there was in terms of projected, The Athletic had their projection in terms of here it is. I still have it up. They had their projection on who they think is going to make the playoffs. They have New York 1, Minnesota 2, Connecticut 3, Vegas 4, Seattle 5, Indiana 6. Now remember, right now in the current standing, Phoenix is over Indiana. But they have Indiana 6, Phoenix 7, and they have Chicago out and Atlanta making it in. Now, this is per The Athletic. This is their projection.
This is out. Okay.
Yeah. The Mabry trade is really more impactful than you realize. So, and they don't really have the quality outside shooting, and with their size and their ability to attack the paint, teams are just going to go ahead.
Let me ask you something. I just be talking, man. But what if the Sky was to get somebody like Juju Watkins?
Juju is athletic.
Shoot from the outside. She can shoot, right?
Yeah,
she's a scorer. That's what you need.
She's a scorer.
And to combine with Reese and Carmela Cardoso in the paint. Woo.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. You gotta wait 2 more years.
She can't come out this year?
No.
She was a freshman. She played last year. Last year was her freshman year.
Yep, you have to wait.
How does it work with the women?
3 years. 3 years.
Ah, okay, that's what I'm missing. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
you. Have to minimum 3 years. Most go 4 years. You know. So, but yeah, Juju. Yeah, I figure she's going to be. And to be brutally honest, she's going to be the number 1 overall draft pick. So for Chicago to get her,
they're going to have to lose.
They're going to have to be out of the playoffs. You know, they have to be in the bottom 4 and win the lottery.
So let's go about lottery.
They have a lottery too, though, right?
Yeah, so, they have a lottery.
Like Man Cave was saying, they might luck up and win it.
Yeah. So
I'm saying?
You know, it's look.
Dope, though.
This is why I love the WNBA. You know, now Atlanta is hot right now.
I know
they are really hot. You know, and that's because they also where is it? They also got Ryan Howard back. She's starting to play for him, and I had the story.
They're,
Ryan Howard. He
they
a
are
baseball
losing.
player.
They're losing right now, 37-28, 4.5 left to go in the second quarter. Phoenix and Atlanta.
Okay. Yeah. See, here's ESPN has a story of 5 players who could impact the playoff race. Marina Mabrey is one. I talked about her. They talked about Jordan Canada. That's what I'm talking about for Atlanta. She's like a point guard and she's a lead guard. She's the floor general. She gets everyone in place. And with her, Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, Tina Charles, and Naz Hillman. That's a tough lineup right there, man. That really is. So, her coming back, Canada coming back is something that, you got to keep an eye on. Chelsea Gray, of course, we talked about. Vegas was 6-6 without her. And then they're 11-4 since her return. So it's not like they're playing bad basketball. They're playing some good basketball. It's just that Chelsea has to get going, and it's getting down to that final minutes. You have Kelsey Mitchell, which you talked about. Right now, as I said, since the play has resumed, the league's leading scorer is her. She's at 27.5 points per game since the return.
What?
Yeah, but that's 2 games. It's 2 games. Games. But the fact of the matter is, she's getting in that rhythm. She's comfortable with Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston. That's their triple threat right there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's some good playing right there.
Boston is nice in the paint. Yeah.
Yes, and then of course, like I said, Gabby Williams. Gabby did her thing out there in the Olympics. She doesn't have to do that in Seattle. With Sky Digger Smith, Nneka
Lloyd.
Yeah. And what's her name? The center from Australia. Liz Megbawar. She's a leading candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. Gabby doesn't have to carry the load, so she can definitely help. And here's a kicker too. She played at UConn, so she's fundamentally sound.
Yep.
So exactly. So that's why right now with we're getting down to the final stages, because with the schedule, you have most teams have what? It's like 1, 2, 3. Right now we go into August and into September. Let me pull up the Liberty schedule just to see. What the fuck are you doing to me? And no, I'll just do Atlanta just because they're the first one. In their schedule, they're playing now, so I'm not going to include that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games left. That's it. We're in the final stages. Most teams are in that range, man. So it's about playoff positioning for those in the top. New York has already clinched the playoff spot, so they're in. So, and the rest of them, Connecticut is playing New York tomorrow, so that's a big game, right there in itself. So, and they're playing in New York. Let me see. Right now, you have, like you said, the Mercury beating the Dream 41-31. The Sky playing the Sun, and Connecticut is beating the Sky right now. So the Sky are playing back to back. Oh my girl, Dejanay Carrington. I wish she was on Liberty. You have the Sparks over the Mystics, 41-38, and then of course late game at 9:30, which I'm streaming, are the Aces at the Lynx. So those are the 4 games for today. So,
Coach, the Sun, Liberty gonna catch them on a back-to-back tomorrow.
Yeah. And right now you don't. Kennedy Carter just made 1 or 2 free throws, so she's playing. So it's gonna be a tough game. Then, yeah, they're playing back to back. So, Camila Cardoso has 9 points already. Angel Reese doesn't have anything, but she has 7 rebounds. Cardoso has 3. So they're trying to get the ball into the paint. Banham has 6 points, but she's on the bench right now. And Kennedy Carter has 13. Damn. Ooh, she's balling, man. She's balling, but they're 10 points down.
All I care about is Carmela Cardoso.
I know you know. I know you know. All I can say.
think she's gonna be good though. I really do. I think she's gonna be a good player
Yes.
in
Yes.
the WNBA, man.
She's gonna. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
She just had a slow beginning to a season because of the
She was
injury.
hurt.
That's about it. Yeah, I know. So
Oh, wait a
she
minute.
should-
Tudo, sorry. Tudo, he said 2 more. We'll be playing against my former club who drafted me first round, but after I blew my knee out in the second test, they dumped me and literally threw me to the dumpsters. In 2 more tests, I'll be ready for life sentence. Okay. And Coach Ed, please pray my victims away. Test me. I'm ready to go to jail. That sucks, bro. I hope y'all kick the. I know you have determination to win, bro. We here at the network will always support you. True that. So, but again, getting back to these games, you know, that Sun game, like you said, catching New York on the back-to-back, and you're going to be playing in New York. It's going to be a big game, so that's why I look forward to that game tomorrow. To streaming it 7:30, if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow. I think it's 7:30. Yeah, 7:00. 7:00. So, and here's another one. You have the Fever at the Lynx on NBA TV. So.
That's a good one too.
Yeah. So, but yes, it's some good games on for the weekend. Sunday you have the Aces at the Sky and the Sparks at the Wing. So, some good WNBA basketball all around. And like I said, it's all about the positioning for the playoffs right now. If you're in the 12 to 14 games left, you really don't have much room for error, to be honest with you. Even New York cannot slip up because Connecticut and Minnesota are right there waiting for New York to slip up and to jump over them. I think Minnesota head to head has the advantage.
Title, bro. I need to bring home a title. Deliberately.
Yeah, I know.
They're our only hope.
I know. In terms of New York City,
They really are.
it's about the Liberty, doing what they got to do to get that title, that first one. So, and it's. I'm really hoping, but hey, look, if Sabrina plays tomorrow, I think it helps. And Brinasia, I think it really helps. They're, like I said, they're on the status report. I usually keep that up and try to take a look at what's going on in reference to that. What happened to it? I just closed it out. New York Liberty fans. Here we go. So, yeah, so that's pretty much it right there. Do you have anything else? No. But do you have any other questions about the WNBA in itself, guys?
Nah, man, we just want to see how the season going to play out, man. The last 11, 12, 13 games, man, you know what I'm saying? Teams going to be jockeying to get them seedings and stuff like that. But I think the Liberty is going to be entrenched in that number 1 seed if they just continue doing what they're doing, So.
I just want to see the Liberty bring it home, man. Finish the job. The Liberty have been to the WNBA finals, I believe, 5 times.
Yeah,
and haven't won.
And haven't won one, so yeah.
You becoming a Buffalo Bills of the WNBA.
Yes.
We don't want that. You know what I mean? No disrespect to Buffalo, but I need to see them bring it home. Like you said, they have their pieces. They're the Aces are kind of wounded right now. If you may say, according to what you're saying, Coach, they're not playing the same. So now's your chance, Liberty. Finish the job. That's the goal right now, and that's what I'm
exactly.
To.
That's what you have to do. You have to close it. So New York this is the perfect time for them, And I'm confident that they're going to at least get there, But it's not going to be easy, because like I said, right now Minnesota, to me, is the biggest threat. To be brutally honest, the Liberty, the last 2 years are undefeated against Connecticut, and if they win tomorrow, it'll be 2 years in a row that they've swept them. So that's why, not being funny, but Minnesota right now, I think, is won both games against the Liberty this year. Oh no, they won 2. One of those is the Commissioner's Cup, and I think New York has a redemption win. So, but it's still going to be tough because Minnesota plays tough defense, and they have a deep bench. So they are a formidable team. Still not going to sleep on Connecticut, and there's always the aces, man. There's always the aces.
That's the team I'm always worried about because
So
Aja Wilson, man.
Yeah. If the Liberties win, will they be the last flagship franchise to win the championship?
Yes.
They will be the last one, the original.
From the original. There's no other original teams left, and Los Angeles already. Yes.
Last?
That won a championship.
From the original.
Eagles right now? Are you
serious? The first team from that, from the original when it first started, they're the only ones left.
Right.
That do not have a championship.
Damn.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, look, the Aces have come in. The Aces were originally where did Detroit? No, Dallas was San Antonio, and then San Antonio was Utah because Utah went to San Antonio as the Stars, and then they went to Vegas. Detroit went from
Tulsa
to Tulsa to the Wings to Dallas. That's what it was. Right. So but yeah, they're the last one. New York's the last one from the original. So they got to get this. So
and you got to remember, when the league first started, the Houston Comets were like the Chicago Bulls, winning them titles, bro. They was winning them titles.
The Comets and the dang on Rockets was winning back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Houston was popping, man. I mean,
Zay Jones got a 5-game suspension.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Zay Jones from the Cardinals.
Conduct detrimental to the team or something like team something. So he must have acted up over there. He must have acted up big time.
I thought it was performance enhancing that they said.
I think it was to the team. Let me see. It's where is it at?
What happened?
What's they got suspended?
Zay Jones.
5 games for conduct.
Okay.
Conduct policy.
What did he do?
Well, hey, you act up, there you go. And we're getting into the NFL anyway, so that's a way to transition. So,
yeah, he's only on a 1-year deal with the Cardinals this year. So,
So, Brissett will start Sunday for the Patriots. So, but I want to talk about this situation with Big Blue, and with our man Darius Slayton, and
wait, just one thing. He's like that was he was suspended because of what happened off the field conduct. You know what I'm saying? Not the team.
Got you. I got you. So the situation where Darius Slayton is stepping up speaking for Daniel Jones,
as
basically, always. Telling people to, what, and where is it? I had to.
They use him as a punching bag at every opportunity they get. You know what I'm saying? I get it.
Yeah, here it is. And it's by Pat Leonard. Basically, here's it. They can walk away from yesterday, beat their chest, and say they held us to whatever. Oh, he's talking about the Jets. I'm sorry, that's not it. Where is it? I just had it. Twitter. Oh yeah, Raji Benjamin wants to sign with the Giants for 1 year. I mean, 1 day.
1 day. The Olympian.
Yeah. And you have Phillips working out, Tyree Phillips. They have a video of him.
Mm-hmm.
So what the heck happened to? I know what it is. You've got new stuff that popped on, so it pushed everything down. I thought I had it selected and saved, and guess not. Okay, here it is. So Satan, and this is per Pat Leonard. He says Slayton said Jones, the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, and the Eagles, Jalen Hurts are probably the most scrutinized quarterbacks in the NFL, which is yeah, all three of them. I could say that. I probably would also throw what you call it from the Jets in there a little bit. So he said, of course, Jones with the $40 million contract, $40 million a year contract is one reason he gets targeted. But there's a double standard when it comes to criticizing the Giants quarterback for that and no others, which I agree. The thing with the money is that's what quarterbacks get paid, Slayton said. You don't see everybody talking about Derek Carr, who averages $37.5 million per year. I think Carr is a good quarterback, but I'm just saying, what did the Saints do? Derek Carr could do something bad 3 weeks in a row, and you would hear nothing about it. He continued. I don't even know what he did this preseason. I don't know if he's played good or bad this preseason, but DJ is on Good Morning Football. It's just not the same, but it is what it is. And you know what? You in terms of the criticism, when you compartmentalize and you think about that, he's right. Daniel Jones is, heavily scrutinized in comparison to many other quarterbacks across the league. Prescott, I will say, yes, that's fair. That's fair. And Jalen Hurts, yes. We ourselves, we do criticize them, but that's because they're the opposition. But when you sit down and you look at it, across the league, he's right. He's right. As far as Daniel Jones, Daniel Jones, whatever, and he's on Good Morning New York, Good Morning Football, and, everyone's talking about Daniel Jones and his contract, but other quarterbacks, $55 million, and everyone's going to make a reason for them. But, Tua hasn't even won a damn playoff game. Daniel Jones has, and he hasn't had the cast of characters that Tua has had. And those are excuses. Okay. Well, if those are excuses for Daniel Jones, then why are we not giving Tua the same high level of criticism? My man, Chris Canty went in on him, and people are going at Chris Canty about, going at Tua, which that's, to me, is the double standard. If we're going to be critical, if we're going to say the quarterback position, you give him all the credit, and all the praise and all the criticism, then let's do it across the board, man. Yeah. Let's do it across the board, and hell, you want to call me a Daniel Jones lover, fine. But I'm a New York Giants fan. That's what it is. And I want to see my team do well. And if you play for my team, I want to see you succeed. I don't want to see you do bad just so, I can get another rookie quarterback. As much as I love Shedeur Sanders, bro, if Daniel Jones can go out here and do his thing and lead his team, that's who I'm rocking with.
Hey,
of course, right, bro.
But Slayton is 100% right in terms of the level of criticism Daniel Jones is getting. And I get it. People don't want to see him, 6 years, whatever. You're tired. You feel it's mediocre play, whatever the case may be. But if you're going to blame him for everything, to me, that's not being fair. Because you have to include everything. Pat says it all the time. The quarterback position is the most dependent in all sports. It is. I'm telling you, it's from experience as a coach. Since 1981, I've been coaching this game at all different levels. I've been studying this game. I've gone to plenty of coaching clinics and talked to high-level coaches. I've been there talking to Bill Belichick, at a coaching clinic at Rutgers. I understand this game. Daniel Jones has not had the same tools as many of these other quarterbacks.
They don't want to.
You don't exactly. You don't want to. No, they don't want. They don't want to accept it.
That too.
They don't want. They don't want to hear it, but they don't want to accept it. They don't want to. No. I'm just tired of it. Okay, but you want to root for your team to lose, so you can get a rookie quarterback, but. Okay, it resets everything. Okay. So you think a rookie quarterback, and don't give me what CJ Stroud did down at
the team that they put some pieces, they had some good pieces around.
Exactly. What does Lou always say? Well, if Daniel Jones doesn't do, then you get rid of him. But now if you build the pieces, now you can start talking about a rookie with CJ Stroud. But I'm saying this: if you have the pieces, then Daniel Jones, there's something there. I'm not saying he's an elite quarterback, but if he can be a middle of the pack quarterback with the tools we have there, and if the defense, if we get the defensive back situation rectified,
Man.
I think that we can be a good team.
Mhm.
I do. You know, yes, there's a lot of ifs, but you know what, ladies and gentlemen, that's every team. That's every team. You know, Cleveland Browns, they have an elite defense, but if they can get good quarterback play, the
But
New York Jets on paper should be a good team, but if Aaron Rodgers makes it through the season,
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
if their offensive line doesn't end up with injuries, the Dallas Cowboys, if they sign CD Lamb,
Mm-hmm.
again, you can go through every play, even the Kansas City Chiefs. They're the defending Super Bowl champions. Every team has ifs. And Slayton is right when he talks about the level of criticism. NYG, I always say it. Everyone criticizes New York at a harsher rate than
They
any
do.
other city, sports town, whatever. And we
Mm-hmm.
can go through every team: the Yankees, the
I know.
Mets,
We
the Jets, the Knicks, the Mets, the Nets, whatever, whoever's
Yeah.
outside of New York City, we get criticized heavily in comparison to a lot of other towns. Now, if you're in those towns, you know, like in Philly, I know they kill their own, and that's it. But most of us on the outside, we don't criticize them as much as we criticize our own. But the outside, the media, and I think Darren Slayton is so correct when he says that, you know, it's where is it?
but you but
Um, go ahead. What were you
but
saying?
you know, even like all of us here on the panel, when we go talk, you know, you talk amongst people outside, like friends or other people, the first thing they're gonna say, Daniel, you know, Daniel Jones, he didn't deserve that contract. So even those people believe it. You know what I'm saying? You talking about, and so I asked him, I was like, what quarterback do deserve it? Unless your name is
Yes,
Patrick Mahomes. These other quarterbacks, I mean, they put up these sets, but they're not winning the big one when it really counts. So you tell me
exactly.
these other quarterbacks were 50, $60 million, or they
Thank
really,
you.
but they don't want to say it. It's like, but like I said, everybody fall for this thing, but because the media done play them and tell them how this guy's not worth it, and that's the first thing they say. You know, he didn't earn that contract. Well, did your quarterback earn that contract?
Exactly. What quarterback in that regard? I said it before. Tua. Did Tua earn his contract? Did he? What's up, E-Man? Thanks for tapping in, brother. I really appreciate you. You know, so Tudo, as always, man. Um, Thank you guys for being here. Also, if you're new, make sure you hit the like button on all the channels. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notifications so you know when new content is posted, and always sharing on social media. That gets us all out into the algorithm and helps us continue to grow. And we'll be able to do more things as we continue to grow for all of our fans. So, but you know, when you sit down and you look at the quarterback market, and that's the thing, you know, what quarterback really, you know, deserves that money? You know, I'll go back and say it. You know, does Tua? I'm gonna be honest. No.
Herbert.
Herbert? No. They haven't even won a playoff game. Daniel Jones has. I don't want to hear what anyone says. Mahomes is the only one in his age bracket that's one. Yeah. You know, so
You got Trevor Lawrence,
Trevor Lawrence. Exactly. So if you sit
Jordan
here,
Love.
Jordan Love off of a half of a year, and he got paid.
Right.
You know, even Lamar Jackson, for as dynamic as he is, and Josh Allen, they haven't won the game. You know, Burrow at least has gotten to the Super Bowl. I mean, you kind of, and he's beaten Mahomes head to head at least one time. So it's like, and you could drop it down a little bit, but realistically, do they all end up worth? Are they worth 55 $55 million? No.
Nobody has. There's only 3 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks out there right now starting, and that's Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, and who is the other one?
But Brady just won not too long with Tampa Bay.
But Brady's not active. And what's up, Daryl? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you joining the conversation. So,
but those are the ones.
what you call? Yeah, with
Stafford.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I know what you meant. Thank you. But no, I mean, but you're making a good point. Oh, Russell Wilson is 4. We forgot about Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson. We don't know if he's starting, and you do have Joe Flacco.
Flacco's not on the roster.
He's not on the roster. Okay.
So I don't include him.
Those would be 4. So yeah, you got me there. It is 4.
No, but still, the point.
Russell, he's kind of friend. I don't know about Russell Wilson. I don't know what he's doing.
The point is whether you look at him and like the point is, with all these other quarterbacks getting this money, especially when you sit down and you look at the level of criticism that Daniel Jones is receiving, he hasn't done this, he hasn't done that, he's injured, Okay, so those are all your reasons. So you give me all those reasons, and that's valid reasons. Mm-hmm. But when I add in what you say are excuses, there's a still valid reason. He's never had a number 1 receiver. He's never had a productive offensive line at all.
Yeah.
He switched coaches so many times in his career, offensive coordinators. What you don't realize, that takes time from any position, especially the quarterback position. So if you're giving me all those other reasons, I'm giving you the other reasons to counter that. So if you're going to be critical and blame him, okay, fine. Then I'd like to hear it the same thing with Justin Herbert, with Tua, with all these other quarterbacks that are getting these elite money. Jordan Love, yeah, we think that there's talent there, but the kid hasn't done anything.
Bro, they all got like the same amount of playoff wins. I mean, outside of, we talking about Lamar, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. I mean, they've done some things in the playoffs, you know what I mean? Pretty much. Herbert hasn't done anything. Tua hasn't done anything.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has.
He got one playoff.
No, he has one playoff win. He has one
against Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert.
He has one. So does Daniel Jones. So again.
And Herbert and Lawrence has the talent that Daniel Jones doesn't, are surrounding him.
But coach, they all have better talent than Daniel Jones.
Exactly.
Ever since they've been, they have better talent. Every year you look at the Giants are ranked last in talent level.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
But that's my point. Again.
But this is my point when it comes to
people say that Daniel Jones supposed to go out here and just.
Okay, but I got a question for them. Why did Bryce Young have a bad season for the Panthers last year? What did the Panthers do last year? Bryce Young came from Alabama, a team that had everything. He was a great quarterback, and he did nothing for his team. You go look at his stats for last year, and those are paltry stats, and nobody beats him about it. And that's the same talent level that Daniel Jones has in the league for 5 or 6 years. The same talent level. So if they never put nothing around Bryce Young and keep that team the same way, he's gonna do the same things. But what they doing? They gave him Xavier Leggett. They gave him Robert Hunt. They got some other guys. They hurt and put things around him. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And between him and C.J. Stroud is getting all the accolades, and Bryce Young, they hardly talk about him, but they don't want to call him a bust after one season, right?
But then Daniel Jones took Richie James and Kadarius Toney and Kenny Galladay and these cats to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he doesn't get credit for that. They just all say it's Brian Dable. But then they turn around and say Brian Dable's on the hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
You see how the hypocrisy starts to happen here.
That goes to what Slayton is saying.
Right. Mm-hmm. So all I want to know is why Patrick
That's why
Mahomes,
I fuck with Slayton. Pause.
Why didn't Patrick Mahomes make Richie James a 1,000-yard receiver?
Because he had better talent besides Richie James. I mean, I'll be honest. No, I know what you're saying. But the point is, Daniel Jones, he only had Richie James, to be honest. At least Mahomes had Rice.
I think he was the leading receiver in catches. Slayton had the most yards. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, but to that point though, to the point that you guys are making, the criticism is unfair. It is totally unfair. Right. Right.
Iman, yeah. I laugh too, bro. It's ridiculous.
But you know, here's the one thing though. They all talk about these quarterbacks are elite. Yet when they get in the playoffs, nobody has
Facts,
confidence.
Ronnie.
Nobody has confidence enough to pick them to win a game though. They talk about them all during the regular season, but then when they get in the playoffs, oh well, I don't know if you could beat this team. Oh, I don't. No. This dude is elite, bro. You supposed to say every time that quarterback steps on the field, we know we could win. We're 100% chance we could win. You can't have no second thoughts about even if he's playing against Patrick Mahomes. If he's an elite quarterback, he better beat Patrick Mahomes, bro.
But see, this is my point where, as fans, as media, I have an issue with the level of criticism because, again, the quarterback is one component of the team. And I get it. We're in a passing era, and everyone wants to make the quarterback be, everything and all this and that. But in football, and this is something that I learned as a very young coach. You're only as strong as your weakest link. You only are. So no matter what it is, you can try and hide, you can try and mask certain things, and some of it'll get you by. But eventually, that player is going to break down somewhere along the line. And if you have a roster full of them, then you cannot expect success. You really can't. So the question but now if we're going to sit here and blame Daniel Jones for everything that's wrong with the New York Football Giants, that's where I say, and I'm in total alignment with Darius Slayton. The criticism is unfair. If we're going to criticize the quarterback position, then it should be across the board. The same level of I don't want to say animosity, but viciousness that you bring to Daniel Jones, then it should be to every other one. Chris Canty, I'll go back and say it again. I watch him every day in the morning. And he is attacking Tua with the same way that people come after Daniel Jones. But this man is getting criticism. Why are you going after Tua? Tua has all these, but Tua hasn't. And his biggest argument was, you were up multiple games. What was it, 3 or 4 games last year? Mm-hmm. And you in the division lead, and you lost the division at the very end. Mm-hmm. You controlled your own destiny. But my point being is he's attacking him, and people are coming at Canty saying he's wrong. No, he's not. Nah. Because how are you going to go after Daniel Jones, but you're not going to go after Tua?
Or Trevor Lawrence.
Or Herbert.
Neither one of them have done shit.
Exactly.
But I'm going to say this about Daniel Jones. The amount of criticism and the way people talk about Daniel Jones, you'd have thought like this dude was like the most hated man in America.
Thank you.
And I don't have no problem with it because Daniel Jones, like I said, all the things he said, things like that. That's why in games he was like, "Oh, he's gonna crumble." That dude been under so much more other pressure than any of these quarterbacks. He's tougher than any of these damn quarterbacks in the league. All the criticism that he took, anybody would have snapped or did something. That man has taken so much. He has taken more criticism than I think any sports athlete that I could even think of in the history of sports. And nobody can say that's a lie because everybody should.
I will say this: don't forget Phil Simms. The only thing that we didn't have social media back then.
That's the one thing. But with the social media thing though, it's like yes. 100 times worse.
Yes.
I mean, it's everybody's son. And then these be the same people like, oh, this man has a family, and also it's like you can't watch what you're saying. It's like they don't even care about that. Even if he did, they don't even care. You know what I'm saying? Every morning this guy gets up, you know what I'm saying? He's the butt of jokes. Like, I mean, his name's not even a conversation. It just gets in there. Somehow it just is like Daniel Jones is like, where did that come from?
Exactly. Quick update. Jacksonville's up 21-0 over the Atlanta Falcons in the third quarter. And they're just got to run up to about the 47-yard line, their 47-yard line. So, but let's keep it going. So,
yeah,
I just got to be mindful of time. Ooh, getting down there. But yeah, this vitriol attack on him is it's frustrating on me. I don't ever usually come out and defend. Y'all know me. I don't look. Players are players, whatever. But Slayton said it best, when he's coming out and he's defending his quarterback, and now people want to come at him. But
Yeah,
what do you expect the man to do first and foremost? That's his quarterback. You know, what did T.O. say? What did T.O. say? That's my quarterback, man. That's my quarterback.
Right, yeah.
You
You
know,
know what I'm saying?
exactly.
But the receiver has to respect that because guess what? That's the mofo that got to get you the football.
Exactly.
So if you talk shit up to him and you disrespect him, guess what? You ain't getting the football. Or it's going to be off target or, you know, I mean, like, you know, so you got to understand that, man. And from a player standpoint, too. We talking about men. We talking about human beings on a football field right now. You know, emotions do get high, you know, and things do get out of control sometimes, you know, and the best players know how to check that, you know, and use that energy and go out there and perform on the actual field, you know, and not get frustrated and let it spill into the locker room, into the media. So that's what we're talking about here. That's why, again, I respect Darius Slayton, despite taking pay cuts, despite being trashed by the media, by the fan base, despite being benched, despite being on a roster bubble.
He's the one player
mean?
that always take up for Daniel. He takes up for Daniel Jones more than anybody.
Right.
He's always there. It's like, yo, and he's not even like one of the Pro Bowl receivers, not like on the team and something like that, one of those type of players, but he speaks up for him, man. It's like, that's what you want in a teammate, and other guys need to step up and do that too. Dexter Lawrence, all these guys, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, only thing these dudes say that stuff about your QB, bro.
But they get, man, you people don't understand how powerful the media is, bro. It's literally mind control, and the players that a lot of the players that play at a high level, they're very involved in the media, so they themselves adapt some of those narratives about their own teammates deep down inside. You know, they'll do the political things and go out and say what they need to say in the media, but at the end of the day, you know, you might not like that player, you might not be feeling that player, or you know what I mean. I don't think that's the case with Malik Neighbors, and I think that's why the Giants do have a chance this year, because I generally think he likes Daniel Jones. Like, they both Southern kids, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see the vibe, you know. So, again, you know, we just got to see it play out. But to your point, a lot of times that does affect players, man, because they do buy into the media a lot. You don't really have no way to avoid it. You open your phone, you know, you get notifications. You cut on the TV, you know, like everything you do. You go into a bar, you go into a fucking barbershop, like the TV is on. So you can't really get around it. It's hard for athletes.
Yeah, man.
So a lot of them adapt the same narratives that the media adapts, and that's why the media is so powerful, man. And that's why I respect Big Pat, man. You know, myself and the whole Big Blue crew. You know, we don't adapt those narratives. You know, we analyze what we see on the field, and that's what's important. But go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, and then you look at it, like how many times that he gets sacked and all stuff. Look at when Brady gets sacked a little bit, he's going at his offensive line in game. I'm like, bro, you didn't even get touched that much. You know what I'm saying? It's like if he was gonna get sacked as much as Daniel Jones, he might have cursed him out. He might have quit the team or something, man. That dude do not like getting touched.
But you know what? I want a quarterback who's like that. First and foremost, chew out your offensive linemen, make them step up their game. You know, and because, you know, like we say, quarterback is dependent on the offensive line to keep him clean so he can produce. And that's what you want. And as a player, I want my quarterback to get on me. Yo, if I fuck up, make sure you're the leader. You make sure you get after me. I don't take it personal. I take it where if you're going to get after me, it's because you believe in my abilities and you want to see me play better. It's when I mess up and you look at me and then turn around and walk away from me, then it's a problem.
All right, but you look at it, it's like, yo, his line for the most part did a lot of good things, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, it did.
Career.
Yes, it did.
I like our quarterback because, you know what I'm saying, it's like, man, like I said.
And Ronnie has the best. You hope he cleans up mistakes so he can make these people eat crow.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm with you. You know, look, he's not a Patrick Mahomes. He's not a Josh Allen or a Lamar Jackson. No, he's Daniel Jones. And that's the thing. What does he do best? As a coach, I'm looking at what he does best, and I'm scheming everything to that so he can be successful. Period. Case closed. Any good coordinator is going to do that. Now, if you're sitting here saying, well, Daniel Jones, he's built for this, but I want him to do this, which is going to set him up to fail, then you're an idiot. You're an idiot as a coach. Dable is not an idiot. He's extremely smart. He knows it. He said his offense is adaptable. Okay. He had Saquon. He was trying to, we all know that. Now we don't have Saquon anymore. Yes, the pressure goes on even more on Daniel Jones because it's all going to be about him. But what do we say completely? Well, in the end, this year, if he's not doing it, then you got to do what you got to do and get another quarterback in here. We all agree with that. But the bottom line is Daniel Jones, to this point, hasn't had the talent to be able to do that. And now, hopefully, the offensive line is better. It seems like it can be. And I'm not going based off of one preseason game. I'm sorry, I'm not.
I know, but they don't want to hear that. They just talking about year 6. They don't care about nothing.
Exactly.
6.
So Daniel Jones is the one out there. What did Tom Brady's wife say once before? You can't expect him to throw it and catch it at the same time. Well, you can't expect Daniel Jones to throw it and block for himself at the same damn time. Makes no sense.
All right, that is all.
What does he say? Coach Ed, I ain't the DJ. He didn't either. He's advocate, but DJ never had a good elite or even average quarterback coach, online coach who could support head coach who's so GM who could read and write. Mate, look, I get you where you're coming from too, though. Yes, and yes, some of it may be funny, but his point is well taken. He has not had the true support. I'm gonna be brutally honest. When he did have the support, his rookie year.
Right. But I'm gonna be even more honest with you. It's like it's college at Duke. The Duke played 3 years for Cutcliffe. Mm-hmm. He threw for 8,000 yards to nobody. Who was he throwing to? Because none of the guys on his team made the NFL. Wow, exactly. These other guys have guys that's you got like guys with literal NFL players on a roster, like at these big 5 schools and stuff like that. And he throwing for more these guys. You know what I'm saying? Granted, yeah, they got the running back game too, so it's like go half and half split. You know what I'm saying? But still, it's like who is he throwing for 8,000 yards? Who is he throwing it to?
Think about that. He threw for 8,000 yards, and you can't say he didn't play in a decent in a bad conference. The ACC is not a trash conference. It's just not.
But he passed for almost 1,300 times. He pass attempts, like 1,275. He passed like more than any quarterback in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all. Like this dude, he don't throw the ball. He can't throw. It's like, bro, if you have 1,300 attempts, almost close to 1,300 attempts, you're throwing the ball. It ain't like you're handing off. You're throwing the ball.
Exactly. And just a quick update. I just switched over to the WNBA in the third quarter. Connecticut is up. Ooh, good 3-pointer. Ooh, they're now up by 4, 50-46 with 6 minutes in running in the third quarter. Chicago is battling.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, it's going to be interesting. So I just put it on just to get myself ready. I never knew none of his guys made the NFL. Exactly, man. Think about that. And your girl Cardoso went down the lane, and Chicago's now 2 points. Cardoso with the layup.
Oh, it's a game. We got a game.
Let's get it. Cardoso. Told you.
Oh, they letting them play. I like that physical fight through Chicago. Okay. But you know what's the good thing about Chicago? What I love about Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
They're built like their head coach, Teresa Witherspoon.
They tough, yeah.
Yes.
Tough. Boom.
Yes.
Boom.
Yes. So, but yeah, and Connecticut turned the ball over, so Chicago's about to inbound the play. Just so those who might want to know, the game is on Ion. I put it on Ion because I'm streaming the next game. I'm doing a watch along for the next game. So, but yeah, getting back to to close out Big Blue News. I was just sitting here looking at an article too. So where is it? I just had it. I switched over. Dumbass Edward. Here it is. This one is by Big Blue View, part of the SB Nation. And the title is, How Will the Giants Defense Fare in 2024? So, and it's breaking down quickly as I read in. It says the Ringer currently ranks the Giants defense 16th in the NFL. PFS has the Giants ranked at 18th, and PFN currently has the Giants at 24. Two of the biggest questions regarding the defense lies in the scheme and the secondary. Most of the players, which you think about it, they were here and they were built to get. They were here for Wink's defense. Some a decent portion of the guys. Other than this past year, everyone else, this year guys are being brought in to fit his defense, but not that many. But do you think the defensive scheme could be a problem for this defense going forward?
Who are you talking about? Shane Bowen?
Yeah, Shane Bowen's defense. Remember, Wink Martindale is a more blitz type of a guy, more aggressive, as opposed to Bowen, where, he wants to take away the run and force you to pass and play zone behind it, where Wink is going to be man-to-man, send blitzes, different exotic blitzes, no major movement. Bowen will slide your line. On occasion, he'll bring someone off the edge or anything like that. And we just need to find a QB2. Really, with that was the other part. That was the other factor because, again, did I read it? He said the two big questions are the defensive scheme and the secondary. So if we're focusing just on the scheme, do we think there's advantages? Do you think the defensive scheme can benefit the players that we have right now?
Oh, yeah. I totally believe that. I actually like this better than Wink. So, like I said, Wink was always about trying to blitz and stuff like that and leaving guys. And then when he was blitzing, guys wasn't even hardly getting there. That was the biggest problem. They wasn't getting there, and that was exposing the defense.
I got one question.
Yes, sir.
What we have to see is the scheme is fine with Shane Bowen.
Mm-hmm.
What we have to see is how is the red zone defense.
Okay.
Because the thing with Wink Martindale is people can say, yeah, the Giants gave up yards, points, whatever, yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. We were always pretty good in the red zone with that defense. And if you're going to play a zone style, which is with Bowen is, with this personnel, I think that's what they're leaning towards. You're going to give up drives, like long drives. It's gonna be, you're gonna. It's a bend but don't break style. But where's your breaking point? You see what I'm saying? And that's where the red zone defense comes into effect. Mm-hmm. And when you shorten the field, corners, I'm just speaking about the cornerback too, particularly. That corner has to be able to be physical. Because the field is short. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna play back into the end zone. Nope. When you're on the 5-yard line or whatever. So you have to, and that's my problem at that spot. And so it could affect our red zone defense. Because that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna throw quick. They're not gonna drop back and let Burns and Dex kill them. Teams ain't stupid. You know that, Coach. But that's kind of how I see it, man. So it's kind of wait and see. I don't think the scheme per se will hurt us. I just want to see how the red zone defense is.
What about you, man, Cave?
I'm gonna say one thing though that I noticed already compared to Wink's defense. In this defense, these guys are getting to the ball quick and gang tackling and helping stopping guys short of, where in Wink's defense, guys was left one-on-one to make tackles and it was getting dragged for like 2-3 yards and nobody was coming to help. I've seen in these 2 preseason games, guys are getting there and gang tackling and helping and stopping guys short and things like that. So that's another thing that helps too.
You guys are both right. And in terms of if we're focusing strictly on the scheme, no, the scheme is not going to it's not going to hurt them because you should be able to play whether you're playing in a blitz heavy scheme or if you're playing in some type of zone concept scheme. Now, in the zone, defensive backs have to have a high level of communication because you're playing a certain area. And when you're passing a player off, you have to be able to communicate that to your teammate. In, out, 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 out. So this way your teammate hears and he knows to look. You also have to keep your head on a swivel in a sense. You have to focus on the quarterback, but you have to know where
that come into effect, coach.
Exactly. You have to understand what the offense is trying to do, the formations, because you're going to be able to pick up on certain tendencies, and then that'll allow you to anticipate better on what the offense is doing. On 3rd and 2, and they come out in this formation in this area of the field, they have a tendency of doing X, Y, Z. So if these are the 3, I'm going to look at, little things, how far their spacing is, what they're doing, are they looking in all the time or are they reading the defensive backfield? Little things like that tells you, oh, they're looking in. No, not yet, Pat. I was just finishing up reading the tack. I'm going to be switching over in a little bit. So I'll get you the link in a second. So, no, it's already in the whatchamacallit too. It's already in the other. It's already on the other channel, so it's already there. It should be. You guys should be able to have it. So, but if need be, I'll get you the chat. It's not a problem. The game I am watching in the WNBA right now, is that Angel Reese? No, that's not Angel Reese. Connecticut now is up by 1. Oh, it is Angel Reese. Angel Reese just did the little player, what you call it. And, that was on Alyssa Thomas. She did that. Ooh. Cardosa. She missed the block. So Connecticut is up by 3. Ion TV. ION.
On DirecTV. If you got, I don't know if DirecTV is like channel 305, I think.
And Kennedy Carter missed the shot. Reese had the rebound but got fouled. So I'm just sitting here. Pat, if you need to, let me know. I'll just send him.
Okay.
57-59. Angel Reese is at the free throw line.
ION.
Okay.
That's where the other game is going to be at too.
I got it. All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Pat the link anyway. So, but in terms of the scheme, no, the scheme is not going to be a problem. Now the secondary, yes, that is an issue.
She likes to taunt.
Yes. Oh yes, Angel loves to talk. Come on, baby.
Since high school.
That's that Maryland in her, man. She from Baltimore.
Be more careful.
I know.
All right, there you go, Pat. That's this link right here. Even though we're on as long as this game is on, I'm going to stay here until the other one starts. So, because they're only in the 3rd quarter. So, so I don't think they're going to
start the other one. It ain't going to start at
Yeah. Ooh, nice shot. Connecticut is back up by 3. So, ooh, man. This is a good game, though. This Connecticut, and I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't think it was going to be, but I didn't know Carter was playing. Ooh, nice dish down the lane for Carter. Did she get the foul and one? What's up, Pat? Even though that's against my girl Dejanay, I love me some Dejanay Carrington. It's before the shot. Okay, so.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
so.
she showed a lot of speed, quickness there.
Yes. That's the thing about Carter. She is lightning fast off the dribble, and she has great handle. So, you definitely have to appreciate her game.
Y'all watching my girl?
Yeah. I'm just getting it ready. We were just finishing up here, talking a little bit of Big Blue News, talking about Darius Slayton stepping up for a DJ. And my point was, the criticism. It too. Criticism needs to be fair across the board. If you're going to criticize DJ, the way you do, why are these other quarterbacks not being criticized the same way? And now
because we're not fans of those teams.
No, because it's not a narrative. They don't push their narrative.
And now the new one is in terms of defensive rankings. Ringer has the Giants at 16, PFF at 18, and PFN at 24. So part of this question in this article is the two big questions are: will the issues lie the defensive scheme and the secondary? So, and we just said the scheme is not really going to be an issue as long as everybody plays in it properly. The secondary we understand. So, and just so you know, Pat, I got this from, where did I get this again? Big Blue View. Saw this online on Twitter. So, and I was reading the article. So
it's so you're gonna be calling a game from this link here?
No, I'm gonna go to the other link. It's just that this game is still up.
I don't have the other link.
No, it should be on the network. And
I know that, but the link to get to the StreamYard link.
Okay, so, all right, never mind. Let me. Oh, I can't do it now. I can't do it from here. Duh, Ed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and close this down now, and we're gonna go ahead and go over to the other one, the other link, other chat. It's already set on my channel, so go ahead and jump on, and I'll get you guys the link so you guys can jump on, and we'll just shoot right over there. Thanks to everyone for tapping in here for another Reading Attack. You guys have been phenomenal. Ronnie, E-Man, Tudo, you guys are phenomenal. Daryl, Big Money, let's see, that's NYG, Arku, Ghost Dog, Wales, that's Man Cave, Chad, Raph. Thank you all. Really appreciate you all. We're going to go ahead. Connecticut is Chicago's up by 1. So we're going to go ahead and finish up this game and then take it right over to the Dallas and Vegas, or whichever one is on.
Chicago,
so, but
man, that's you, Pat. Chicago,
Chi-town.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and end this. Thanks everyone. Appreciate you all, and be ready for another Reading Attack on Monday. But until then, you'll see me. I'm always around. So, and we'll see you on the other stream in a couple minutes. Thanks.
Yo, it's Coach Ed. Got the insights, no boats. From the rookies in the youth leagues to the seasoned pros, ladies balling, fellas fighting all around the globe. Breaking it down, dynamic. Tune in, listen up. Don't want to miss the flow. It's Coach Ed's Reading Attack, the sports show. From the courts to the field, he's got the stats. Dropping out is where the real fans at. So stand up, get ready for the play. Wave your arms in the air, let's hear you say. Coach Ed, our mentor on the mic. Breaking down the game, every highlight. Analyzing plays, court the turf the like. Youth leagues, college dreams, pro spotlight. Tackling the flats, defense or attack. He's got the vision, shows you where it's at. We grab the scoop, no stone left unturned. In Coach Ed's realm, the knowledge earned.